What's good, YouTube? It's Sir Rome of RaRa, and today I'm here with the broski,
Oski, Terry Oski,
and we're here to talk about 28 years later.
28 years.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our plot. We're gonna run through the plot quickly, try to get to what we really want to talk about, which is our likes and our dislikes for this movie, and then we're gonna rate the movie, and then we're gonna see recommend or not recommend to you guys. You got anything you want to add in before we get into it?
It's been a long time, y'all. You know, a lot of anticipation for the movie and to get back on the screen, man, on the YouTube, man.
For sure, it's been a good wait.
Y'all make sure y'all support, man, because we about to start bringing them back to you.
100%. Yeah, had a lot of life changes, so things been different.
Yeah, a lot of things.
All right, let's.
Yes.
Run, girl, run. It was a virtuoso, Skip. It was a virtuoso.
Dynamite. Yeah, it's a black guy review.
My hen dog. Where is my hen dog?
It's a wrong, it's a beast.
Standing right here, right now. We're going to the Super Bowl.
If you like that, subscribe. Yeah, it really helps with the views. Yeah, it's a black guy review. Yeah, trying to start something new.
Cold God, right.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do is talk about the plot, which we call the meats.
The meats.
Yeah, call it the meats because it's usually the main part of the video, but we're gonna try to run through it today, so hopefully it won't be too long. So the movie it takes place 28 years after the first movie, which was 28 days later. There's also a 28 weeks later in the middle of this. There's a lot going on. It's in the UK. All of these movies have been in the UK. I want to say this zombie outbreak is only in the UK. I don't know if it's spread to America or any other continent. Not sure, but that's just what I've got.
Could be coming soon.
Yeah,
American version could be coming soon.
Sure, for sure. But yeah, so it's 28 years later. The outbreak has been what they use the word quarantine onto like Great Britain, right? And then all of these people in this movie are living on an island off of the mainland. So the people we're following on the island, it's really like a what do you call
community, like a compound.
No, like when a young guy, a story about a young guy like growing up.
Oh,
what do they call those? Coming to age. A coming to age movie is what the movie really is, but you want it to be a zombie movie, but what they made was a coming of age movie for a kid.
What they did is turn a zombie movie into what you said,
exactly.
We didn't want it to be. We went to see that because that's what 28 is supposed to be. But it definitely, the plot was more on the character than any other prequels.
Yeah, exactly.
More on the character's development and storyline.
100%.
Yeah.
But the main point is they leave the island, they go to the mainland. They doing this for the young guy to learn how to become a man. Yeah, it's like an initiation or whatever. He's learning to become a man. He goes out there, he's supposed to get his first kill on a zombie, and then he gets celebrated when he comes back. That's the plot to the movie. There's a lot more going on than that, but that's the main plot. You got anything you want to add to the plot before we actually get into the discussion?
No, I mean that's essentially it. That's what the movie was supposed to be about. Obviously, things don't go as planned, which we'll get into. I'm pretty sure we'll discuss some of that stuff, but yeah. Essentially, that is the movie.
Yeah.
And I will say this: there's a second movie.
There is definitely gonna be a sequel to this movie.
No. We watched.
Two movies.
So what you just said was the first movie.
Yeah, and we'll get into the second part.
Yeah,
in our discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start with the likes or the dislikes on our?
Man, I got to start with the likes, brother.
Okay. You want to start with the likes?
Man, I'll start with the likes.
You know what comes with the likes, right? You know what we call the likes?
What we like?
The sauce. Okay.
I forgot about the sauce.
Yeah.
I forgot about the sauce.
So we call our likes the sauce. The plot is the meat. You need sauce with your meat. This is the part that everybody enjoys the most. We're going to discuss a bunch
gravy.
of things. Yeah.
A little gravy.
Yeah, gravy. Honey mustard if it's chicken nuggets.
I didn't think about that.
Some people like barbecue sauce. Hot sauce with
white
your wings.
White gravy.
Yeah, I love gravy, though. That's my shit. That's
Alabama barbecue sauce. That white Alabama. See, y'all can tell the games.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I gained all this weight. All these sauces. But do you want to start or you want me to start?
No, I'll start, man.
Okay,
I'll start, man, because I wouldn't call it a soundtrack. I'd call it just the audio used throughout the movie. they use music to a point to where I haven't seen another horror movie really use it other than like just little. You have a theme song or some creepy music.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Music made you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, that's why it's a good thing we watch in the movie theater because like they really focused in on the sounds in this movie a lot. Yes. There was a part where they were doing like a chant. It sounded like almost like German or something.
It's one of our former presidents. I looked it up. And it's one of his poems. I don't know which one it is, but it's about one of the wars, and they just keep repeating a certain part of it. But it's called Boots.
Yeah, boots coming up and down again, coming up and down again. Yeah. That part was they made it sound very eerie though, the way they put it in the movie.
And then even when they put other little sounds of songs and stuff in, it was like it made you really kind of sit back and be like, "What's about to happen?"
I gotta agree with them. The soundtrack was amazing. In the first half of this movie.
The first half
of this movie had an amazing soundtrack. Let me get my There's one thing that caught my attention early on in this movie, and they probably did it about 6 times in the movie. And every time I was like, that shit was fire. But when they shoot the bow, man, they'll do like this thing when it's hitting the zombie. It'll be like they skip. It's like a slow motion, and they like skip when it's hitting them. And I was like, man, that's some cinematography work right there. Like it just felt unique to that movie. I can't think of no other movie where they did that.
Because stuff like that was happening as the music was doing it. And the music wouldn't stay like that too long. It's like 6 seconds to like 10 seconds of the music in that scene, and then it'll stop. So it's just like...
It was great. The music really did it for me.
And then, like you said, like the music was only for parts of the movie like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like, people are walking, so they got background music. No. The music was used... the same way the cinematography was.
Yeah,
so
it was great.
It was great.
It was really great. You got another like?
Man, another like. The zombies. Spoiler alert. They evolved.
Yeah,
they evolved. So like, it's not anything like what we seen before. Slow zombies, fast zombies. That's it. No, it was like different versions of zombies, and that was super cool because you couldn't just do one thing to every zombie.
Yeah, and like he said, we already said spoiler, but I'm gonna say it again, spoiler, because we're about to tell y'all about him. There's a zombie in this one called the Alpha Zombie. He's definitely not been in any of the other movies, and it's not just one of them. They got multiple Alpha zombies.
Yeah.
But they're just bigger, stronger zombies. They take way more shots to take down. They're smarter. So they be like plotting against you, and they also feel like they're like a king of like a pride. Like
they can control them, They tell them to stop and go.
And then they making babies because I'm pretty sure that was But so the Alpha doing a lot in this movie, and I really like the way they did. It felt more like video game-esque.
It did, especially like with the different types of zombies and the different threats the zombies have.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, what else? Like I liked.
Oh, it's me. Let me get my light.
Okay.
I like the world building in this because. First of all, at the beginning of this movie, this feels like the smallest area ever, and then they cross over to the mainland. It feels bigger, They seeing all these not mountains, but just like greenery and like buildings and stuff, right? And then you're like, okay, it looks a little bigger, but then they have a character that joins the movie that's from Sweden or somewhere, and he come with machine guns. You don't see any guns and stuff in like the first hour of this movie. Then he come in with guns. And like armor and all of that, and then you got a cell phone, and then you come back to reality like, oh, this ain't a back in the day movie. It just feels back in the day because it's like they don't have a lot of shit where they're at. But then they built the world out to where it's like, okay, there's more to this, and then make you think more about like what's going on in America during this.
Exactly.
So I like the way they built the world out from the beginning to halfway through. You got any more likes for us?
Just the okay, you said cinematography with the way they slowed it down.
Yeah.
I'll say in the first half, I like the camera angles they use. It'd be weird angles and stuff, and not only that, it all ties into the cinematography or whatever, because the way the sky was, just the colors, the way they use colors, everything they did in the first half was amazing.
It really was. I just want to point out a few characters I liked in the movie. I liked the granddad. I thought he was pretty. I think he was the granddad, the dude that was making the bows for him, and the one that was at his house when he came home and was telling him about the doctor and all that. I thought he was like a wholesome character, and the dad to me was the best character in the whole movie, even though they fucked the dad around like halfway through. But the dad was a real one. There was so many times where I was like, this dude, he dead. I kept saying it, he dead.
The dad didn't do too much wrong. If he's the antagonist, then it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
To me, he proved himself to be like what the boy needed. The boy didn't want, it's not what he wanted, but it's what Spike, it was his name Spike?
Spike, yeah.
Spike, it's what Spike needed. Spike was running off trying to do some other shit.
I feel like if it wasn't for his mom's situation, he would have took to what Pops was
Yeah.
It just had to do with, this mom's situation. So I feel you give me what I need, but like also
I'm struggling with this,
and you ain't even
100%. But I will say I like the mom. The acting that the mom's character did. I didn't really care for her like as a character and all, but she really did seem like somebody who was losing her mind and sick. Like I felt it when she was doing it. So.
I guess one more thing I'll say is the way they used spoiler one more time. In the opening scene, man, the way that they used the children, their fear, you can see the fear on the acting of the kids, the fear on their faces really just put you in a certain situation of just hopelessness and what's about to happen, because you could tell they couldn't do nothing. Wasn't no hope for the. Wasn't no hope.
Yeah.
And you could just feel it coming, and it was like, bro, the fact that it's kids, the fact that and then the camera at the time, that's when the music came.
It's getting real shaky. The camera would get shaky. Another thing they were doing was like they showing you from the kids' mindsets. Like they're not showing you what the parents are doing outside of the room. They're showing you what the kids are feeling, and it puts you back in the mindset of when you're a kid and your mom say just stay there or don't. You
got no control.
Yes,
you just about to sit here whenever come through the door, and it made you feel like that. And they did a good job of making you just sit back and be like, I gotta wait for what's coming.
Yeah, that was a real. I mean, let me just say for my last the first half of this movie was fucking amazing, man. I was literally on the verge of saying this is my new favorite zombie movie. Like they could
do no wrong.
Yes, it was the part where they were running across the what did they call? I don't know what they called it, but
when it was low tide, they got a long bridge
bridge they had to run across, and there was a scene where they run across the bridge, and man, it was intense,
epic,
intense.
My leg was shaking. I'm leaning back. I'm like this.
Yeah, dude, it was
like,
good. It was good, man. That scene was good. The scene with the kids in the beginning was really good, and then it's like. You could feel it. You could feel it start to fall off, man. You felt it coming, which will lead us to our dislikes, which we'll get into next. We call our dislikes the trash pile. And, of course, we call it the trash pile because when you're done with your meat and your sauce, throw it in the trash. This shit you didn't want that you had on your plate. So, you want to start with dislikes? You want me to start?
You start. I'll start with
I can start. Let me make sure we got a good time. Yeah, I can start. Okay, so for me, my biggest dislike in this movie, and this is going to be a big one, I'm sure we both going to have a lot to say about this, was the tone shift in the movie. The tone went from intense, it was never like scary, like, like I'm like, it was more like I'm feeling for them, like I'm worried about them. It was like tense and suspenseful, and I was like really, with all the sounds and shit, I was feeling it. And then the second half, they try to make it like jokey, funny. They bring in a comedic character. And then another character is kind of comedic too. It's like two of them that they bring in halfway through the movie. And they don't really have like a purpose in the movie for real. One of them don't have a purpose in my opinion. The Eric dude, he didn't really have a purpose for me.
Yeah, no.
And then the second dude, he had a purpose because he was kind of like teaching the son how to grief. I mean, like, he was teaching him something. But at the same time, man, we didn't need it. If you would have kept the movie going where it was going in the first half and then just, that one just cut off. And then you just make it about what it is, then it's a good movie. But they didn't capitalize on what they were trying to do.
Yeah, man. The shift went from intense horror suspense. You know what I'm saying? To okay, maybe it's a little comedic relief is what I thought. A joke here or there. No, just complete shift to let's see if we can get 15 minutes of jokes in.
Yeah.
Not Nan Zombie, just pure jokes. And then from there to another shift of just pure.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to tear jerk you, and make you sad and stuff, and not just for like 10 minutes or nothing like that. The rest of the movie, the second. That's why we keep saying the first half. The second half, like he said, is a completely different
feel. Everything about it is that's why I said tone
not
shift.
what we went there for.
Yeah,
and But that's neither.
Yeah, I just want to speak on it one more time. I can't say it was. It feels to me like they try to do the Marvel thing. If you watch any like Marvel movies, it's like they trying too hard to be action and comedy in the same movie. Pick a genre and stick with it. And another movie that really like brought me into the mindset of was Sinners, but it did a awful job of like telling two stories compared to how Sinners told two stories. So, in my opinion, I see what they were trying to do. I just feel like it didn't land.
Because they split it up too much.
Yeah.
You didn't have any in the beginning, and the beginning was great. Then you threw it all at us right there. We wasn't waiting, we wasn't anticipating that. The movie is good already. You showed us which way you're going. Then you switch up. And then like I can't get over the whole, now let's get sad. Overly sad, and let's hold it for, I don't know, ever. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's your turn to pick a dislike.
Okay, yeah. We really that dislike was both ours.
It was a big one.
I had to piggyback on that one.
It was a big one. I knew we were both going to talk about it from the start.
Okay, so if I go with my next biggest one. These niggas, they don't know how to whisper. And they didn't care. Nobody cared that they could be in a real messed up situation looking at a zombie. And they'd be like, hey, you see him right there? Not one whisper in the entire movie. You watch the movie and you count how many times they whisper.
It don't happen. None.
Never, Drew.
It never happens. I don't know if they was having like mic trouble, so they just told him to talk regular or what.
But he was leaning against the wall, talking, bro. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, which leads me to my dislike. This is right on top of his. So he's saying they didn't whisper right. I'm saying it was like it felt like they took the danger out of the movie. Halfway through the movie, like he's saying, they're not whispering right. But not only are they not whispering, they're sleeping out in the open. There's big alphas coming after them, and then they not kill. Like they stop the alpha, but they don't kill him. They just move on like he's not there, like nothing happened. There's a zombie having a baby, right? I like the scene. I don't want to say I hated the scene because it's a cool idea. Have a baby, and the baby not be infected. Cool idea. The way they executed it was this bitch just walked up to a zombie having a baby, and she just held the zombie's hands and was like, I got you.
Yeah.
Like, what
the bitch with no memory.
What the
one that don't remember nothing.
It pissed me off because they let her walk way ahead of them, right?
Yeah.
And then they took forever to catch up
into a screamy.
It was so stupid. It was just so stupid.
The second half just went to shit. But
I got plenty more. I can nudge you on to some if you need to remember.
No. The lack of music in the second half. The lack of cinematography. The lack of money? Did y'all run out of money in the second half?
The budget.
The lack of everything in the second half. It's just like, bro, what happened?
Yeah. So like this shit was crazy. I feel like I should hold this like for the very last dislike.
If it's what I think it is,
hold it. I'll hold it.
Because I ain't trying to think about it right now.
But I'll say this. This is a dislike I had. Okay. So I didn't like that the boy turned on his dad. I didn't. I just thought it was bad writing. Like the first half of the movie, he's like a boy looking up to his dad. He's learning from his dad. And everything he's doing is like, he's following in the footsteps of his dad. He sees his dad do one thing he didn't like. And he just completely turns on this man. Right? Tell him, get out the room. All this crazy shit. Talking crazy to the man you just seen go out there and go ape shit on zombies. This dude.
Y'all just had more than an adventure. Y'all just really had a time, my boy.
And what pissed me off was the dad came back and hyped him up.
Yeah.
Which a dad should do for their son, right?
Yeah.
Your son went out there, he killed a zombie. You gonna come back, you gonna be happy for your son. He hyping his son up, and his son talking about, that's not how it happened. Like and
it is how it happened. He said you was firing at the zombie. He said you was knocking him off.
Yeah.
And I missed.
Even if he did say you was knocking him off, why are you downing yourself? Why I didn't like the son's approach to his dad. Like I didn't like it, man. I didn't like the way they chose to make him do it.
Because like he raised you in a world where like it ain't.
He brought you out too young, right? Because he went out at 12 and they said you should wait till 14,
knew you was ready.
And he said you were ready. He had the faith in you to say, let's do this. Like, I believe in you. And then instead of you believing in yourself, you downing yourself while he hyping you up. I didn't like that, man. I didn't like the way they did it.
That segues into one of my dislikes. It's segues. Say what you just said. The last part again.
Okay, so he went. He was hyping you up. You know, he wanted you to have all this momentum and all this self esteem, and then you took it and you went the other way with it. You didn't
With no self-esteem,
with
right?
no self esteem.
Okay, and it which leads me into my dislike. Where did you all of a sudden, spoiler alert,
Oh yeah,
get enough self-esteem to decide, hey, I ain't coming back?
bro.
You went from your most badass little moment of your whole 12 years to getting your ass saved 4-5 times that movie.
5 times.
Other than that zombie you killed in the beginning, you got saved 5 times. And now you got your self-esteem. Pops couldn't help you with that.
I don't want to interrupt him, but I want to name all 5 times this dude got saved. Let's speak on it. He got saved by his dad, right?
Boom.
That was already like, come on. He got saved by his mom, who
Got
had
saved by
no
his dad
memory.
twice.
Yeah,
The zombies,
multiple times.
and when they pulled him from the house,
Yeah.
and when he picked him
Yeah,
up.
multiple times by his dad. But his mom, right? No memory. She has no memory. She
Yep.
still was able to save your life, right? Got saved by a dude who didn't know you because you took your mom out there. You got in the gas thing. He had to save you. You got saved by the doctor who I don't even know why the doctor was there or any reason why the doctor came around. But luckily the doctor stuck the alpha or you'd have been dead that time.
Yep.
So all those times you getting saved and it's like, bro, why did you think you was good enough to come out here and take your mom out in the mainland? You went one time, you did nothing. The first time you went, right? You saying that. That's your words. I didn't do shit. I was missing. I was too scared. But what blew my mind, Terrio, was when he came back out there, he was hitting his shots.
Yeah.
He wasn't missing no more. How do you all of a sudden go from just missing every shot that he
wait.
hit him?
It's on you now.
No, go ahead. You got it. You got it.
You
You got it. You got it. You got it.
All right. Because he wasn't missing, right? You know what else he wasn't doing? What nobody did that whole movie? They ain't pick up nan arrow they shot. When you walk out,
That was one of mine,
and
yeah.
when you walking out in the quiver, the arrows is in this thing, and when you walking out, it's taking up half of it,
Yeah.
right?
Can I just say that was dumb in the first place?
Yeah, you keep showing us how many arrows they got,
Y'all going out there with 8 arrows.
and then I see them pull 8.
How many times? How many?
He got 8 still.
How many infected do they have? And do they run into majority of the time? Let's just say
Bro, multiple. It's not.
it's
just-
never.
yeah,
It's never 3. It's
Yeah.
always at least 4 or more.
exactly. It's multiple.
Why would you come out there with 8 arrows?
and not get them out of the heads after you don't? Daryl Dixon always took his arrows.
Always.
Yeah.
But it is a movie, and I don't want to be too critical of it, except
Yeah.
for this thing, because I'm about to be majorly critical.
Oh yeah, this right here.
This the biggest dislike of the whole movie.
Man.
It is fucking hilarious. It's not.
But it's
it is
ridiculous how
ridiculous.
much. It is ridiculous how much it happens.
Okay, the end of this movie, my last dislike is the last 5 minutes of this movie. And boy, was it a dislike. I walked out of the movie saying, what the fuck just happened? I literally walked out and said, what the fuck did I just watch? Because these motherfuckers at the end turned into Power Rangers. And I'm not bullshitting, bro. I'm going to tell you why they were Power Rangers. And it's multiple reasons. And they were all fucking stupid. This motherfucker came and they each had on tracksuits, right?
Yeah.
Different colored tracksuits. Power Rangers, they had a red, a blue, a yellow, pink. Power Rangers.
Green.
The green. They had the Power Rangers. Not only were they the Power Rangers, though. It pissed me off. It was funny as fuck,
Bro.
It was funny as fuck.
That shit was. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
It's funny now looking back on it, but at the time watching the movie and being enveloped in this movie, and then this shit happening, it was fucking
Bro,
stupid.
the
bro.
theater got quiet,
It was-
and everybody I could feel it was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
It was so stupid. Okay, so the boy already being a dumbass, staying on the mainland, should have took his ass back home. That was already fucking stupid in general, right? And then he's out there, he fucking starting fires. He ain't hiding, he ain't in no cave. This man just sitting on the road, starting a fire, trying to cook a fish,
Right.
with
Broad-
a dead end behind him.
broad
Just
day-
stupid.
broad daylight.
Broad daylight, with a dead end on the other side of him. That's like driving. That's like running from the police and turning in the cul-de-sac where the only way to come back out is the way you
Yeah.
came in. That's stupid in itself, right? But who cares? Fuck it. He's a kid. He did some stupid shit, right? He runs to the dead end. The nigga you saw at the beginning of the movie, who we've been waiting to see since the beginning of the
Fucking
movie.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. I've been waiting on Jimmy since the very first scene. When is Jimmy gonna pop back up? Jimmy popped back up with gold chain on,
Gold teeth.
Gold teeth, gold rings, a tracksuit, Nike tracksuit, right? Blonde hair. He doesn't even fit in the movie. I'm not even bullshitting.
I thought I was tripping.
The color stood out so much when these people showed up that I was like, is this a fever dream? Is this nigga dreaming? What is happening? Is this? Is he? I told Terrio at the end. I said I thought he was dead. I thought the little boy died, and this is what he imagined would happen if he made it to that side and he didn't get killed.
Yeah,
that's how ridiculous it was. But let's talk about it. Tell me what you saw when Jimmy finally told them after counting to 5 and telling them to go after. What happened?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Let me just preface this by saying, and I'm not exaggerating, that was the craziest. I've never been in a theater and been more confused at the last part of a movie than that ever. And I mean, like just 2 to 3 minutes threw me off completely. I was like, what?
I was fucked up.
Jimmy was sitting there. He was like, good job. What about them? On some cornball stuff. And he look up, and there's like 4 or 5 more coming. And he's like, you mind if we join?
Power Rangers stuff. That's Power Ranger shit.
And then he look around, and then there's yellow, there's blue, green, all these other cornballs standing up there with some golf clubs, hula hoops. They had ropes. They didn't have arrows. They didn't have swords.
They didn't have guns. None of that.
They had some Looney Tune weapons. And then he was like, "You care if we join?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, 1, 2. And then he gave his Power Rangers the go sign, and you finished that crap.
Okay, so let me just say, the first thing they did was show a nigga do a backflip, right? But he backflipped forward, like Power Rangers. That nigga went forward and backflip. Just imagine somebody going forward. Imagine somebody running straight at you and then doing a backflip. That's what that nigga did and landing on a zombie, bro.
No, they went stupid.
It was bad. It was bad.
I'm talking about... It was crazy. I can't explain.
Okay, imagine somebody with a lasso. Imagine the best way I can say this is imagine a cartoon, Ben 10 or some shit. I don't know, fucking Teen Titans or some shit, some stupid ass cartoon. One nigga had a lasso, tied it around a zombie. The zombie shaking. The zombie ain't moving. Zombie shaking, tying their arms behind their back like a rodeo, hula hooping a motherfucker around the neck. A motherfucker using it was just stupid. They doing hurricanranas and shit. WWE shit.
Ridiculous. So like when we say they took the threat out of the zombies in the second half, we mean like there was no more. It wasn't a zombie movie anymore.
It was bad.
Nobody was worried about zombies after the epic run.
Yeah.
Nobody was worried about zombies.
Yeah. They really fucked this movie up, man.
Yeah.
And they could have redeemed themselves with the ending. I wouldn't have been that mad. I literally wouldn't have been that mad if the dude came with his comedy relief or whatever. He died, and then the doctor sent him on his way. That's fine. And then if he would have just went home, made up with his dad, you know what I'm saying? And like, because he lost his mom, you would think he'd be like, okay, I need to get back with my dad. I need to reunite this. We need to get... But instead, they
saved the baby. You know what I'm saying? I did all types of epic stuff.
Man, it was... They saved a baby, and then they said... The last 5 minutes, let's Power Ranger this shit out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my 12-year-old ass back out here and just do 12-year-old stuff.
And it was just it ain't even that it isn't even that it was the Power Rangers that make it so bad. It's the fact they ended the movie on that. Like that was literally the end. We sat and waited on the credits to end because we was like, there's no way in hell a movie would end this way. That started the way it did. There's no way.
Yeah,
but it did. Yeah. It ended that way. There was no end credit scenes. There was nothing. It just ended with him saying, "I'm Jimmy," and shaking his hand.
And before we rate and recommend, I do have one more light, which is where I thought you were going.
Oh, okay.
Until you said the end, and I was like, "Oh yeah," because that was the worst part.
Yeah.
But the second worst part is where I thought you were going.
Oh, let me hear it.
If I never see another naked zombie again for my life, I'll be A-okay. I've never seen that many naked zombies with the camera angle right here.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say
it was ridiculous.
I'm gonna say it. No homo. Let me preface this with no homo. Okay, so they had meat swinging, right?
Bro, what?
Every zombie was butt naked, meat swinging,
bro,
right?
Every zombie,
right? That was already ridiculous in itself, right? But you know what was the most ridiculous part of the whole thing? First of all, most ridiculous part was they had fat ass zombies, butt naked, crawling, disgusting. Didn't have to do it, but I liked it. It was gross. Disgusting. So I was with it. But then when they had the alpha zombie, This man had meat slanging.
Cause they
couldn't even get it out.
They
It
made
was so
sure you
ridiculous.
knew he was the alpha.
They were zooming in on this man's meat.
Bro, the camera was always right there on the meat, cuz it was the weirdest shit ever,
crazy.
bro.
It was crazy.
It was weird.
It was crazy.
I hate to say it,
I
bro.
asked Terry when we left. I said, "Who the fuck directed this,
Bro, because
What
there's
the
no
fuck
way.
was that?
Like, bro, there's no way that it should have been that much.
But let me say this: they tried to balance it out, right, with tits, right? It didn't work.
Not
in
even
the slightest.
close.
It wasn't.
You
fair.
would need 100 times more titties to make up for what you did, because you know what you did. Somebody know what y'all did.
I think we've done enough. I think we've talked enough about our dislikes. We got plenty more. I even had some more likes, but it's time to get into our recommendations and our ratings for the movie or rankings. All right, you want to start with rankings, or you want me to start?
You start, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna rank this movie. This was tough for me, man.
What do we have?
The
It's been a while.
Start with S. S is the highest, but that's like shit that only come around,
Yeah.
once every 10 years type shit. And then you got A, B, C, D, however you want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, obviously this is not an S. This was tough for me. I thought the first half of it was phenomenal. I thought it was on its way to being an S. Second half really flopped for me. The ending really, really, really fucked it up for me. I honestly could have gave it still an A+ if they would have just ended it better. Because I wasn't mad about the emotional shit that much. I didn't care about none of that. I just wanted them to end it as good as they started, and they did not do that for me. So I think I'm going to go B. Like solid B. Like right there. Center B. No plus, no minus. Just a B.
Before I say mine, I just want to ask you: is this the best one out of the trilogy?
Not in my opinion, no.
No, that's a whole nother video. Then we definitely gotta have that.
I don't think so.
All right. Those two things being said, it's hard. I haven't thought about a ranking yet until
Me
right
either.
now. I don't thought about
Same.
this movie, but like he said, first half would have been an S, easy, all the way through the party. Like the whole first half of the movie was an S. And then you got to do the subtraction sign, minus the second half, and then the ending. The ending was an F. So that's already gonna drag it down to you. The highest you can get is a B+. Then you didn't have any of the good stuff from the beginning. The lack of that, the lack of the best character. You took the best character out in the second half.
Yeah.
You just had a bunch of filler stuff. And we're anime people, so filler stuff we really don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
We know when we just get being fed crap. So it's sadly, it's just a B. Could have been way better. The first half won't let it go no lower. That first half is not C movie material. But it can't be no higher than that because the second half was just dog food.
And I just want to say this. I feel like if I watched it again, I might even rank it higher because the expectation I had going into it compared to, now I know what it is and I watch it again and maybe I'll enjoy it more for what it is. But I just want to say, okay, this is the third thing in the trilogy and this is like 15 years after the last one came out. Mm-hmm. You cannot play with folks like this. And I know what they're trying to do because they're setting up a sequel. But don't play with me like that, bro. I honestly shouldn't even go watch the second one. I honestly shouldn't watch the sequel to this shit because you really tried to play with me, bro. You playing with my money, right? Because at the end of the day, you didn't make a full movie. You decided to make half a movie and then give us some shit like, oh, we got another one coming. It's like when you buy a video game and then they drop a DC. What is it called?
DCL.
DLC.
Download.
Yeah. I don't ever buy them, so I ain't know what the fuck they were
I don't
called.
know either.
But that's what it's like they did to us.
It's like I bought the game.
Yeah.
But which leads us into
recommendations.
Yeah, I feel like you should go first because I wait.
It don't matter. I can go first. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
I'll start by saying I wouldn't recommend going to see the sequel based off of how it ended. Let me start there. Because the way it ended, the sequel's gonna be on Tubi or something like that. You know, that's the ending was Tubi material.
That Power Ranger movie.
Yeah. Because that is literally what you're gonna get in the sequel, apparently, because that's how they decided to end it.
Yeah.
Do I recommend it? Absolutely, because the first half alone is easily some of the best work I've seen, and I'm talking about some of the best horror, top tier work in that first half. You have to see that.
Yeah, and I do want to say I watched 28 Weeks Later. I watched the first 10 minutes of it. You remember 28 Weeks Later?
Yeah.
I watched the first 10 minutes of it today just to see, what it was and what it is.
I'll never forget the first 10 minutes.
It's the greatest zombie sequence probably in a zombie movie.
It is intense.
But for my recommendation, I 100% recommend this movie. Honestly, man, if you watch the first two, why not watch the third one? Like, what are you really, you know what I'm saying? You don't. I'm not saying you got to go to the movies and watch it, but of course you should watch it. But even if you haven't and you like zombie movies or you like scary movies, they're not giving us a lot of good scary shit no more, man. So when I see shit that start off as strong as this, I think, yes, of course, watch it, man. If you don't watch it, you're missing out on a cinematographic...
After this video, we're gonna know how to say this. Next time y'all see us, we're gonna be saying this like 15 times.
If you don't watch the first half of this, you're missing out on a masterpiece.
Bro,
a master class on showing people how to film a movie and then going back and editing it with soundtracks that really
make you tense up, make you really really just be like, I didn't jump once, and there was a bunch of jump scenes, but I mean, a lot of people may. I'm not saying I'm tough for that, but I am saying, even without the jump scares, I felt the intensity. Like I know something's coming, but like I could feel myself tensing up and being like, you can just sense it, and
that was easily the best part of the movie was how tense that first half of the movie was. It was so tense.
It's a quiet, like, just.
I just want to add another scene to tell y'all how tense it was. There was this fat zombie crawling, right? Which we come to learn the fat zombies ain't shit. But when you first see it, you don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. He's just saying, oh, he's more dangerous than he looks, and shoot at him. So the son's aiming at the zombie, and they don't see this other zombie coming up beside them, right? They're both crawling at him. Mm-hmm. And it is so tense because they keep showing all these different angles. Bro. And every time you see it, you like, bro, they still ain't seen this nigga yet.
They do a great job, bro. And the dad did a great job, bro. And they took him out. It's a lot.
Good. It's good.
I want to hear from y'all.
I almost want to say B+, because it was really, it was good,
you know
man.
The first half was...
It was good.
But the first half was that good to where I said it can't be more than a B. But it could be a B+.
It could be a B+. It could be a B+. I'm going B+.
B+.
And I want to say this. The motherfuckers had me walk out of the movie saying, what the fuck did I just watch? And maybe that was their intention. Maybe their intention was to walk out of there saying, what the fuck just happened?
I walked out saying I should throw something at the fucking screen. I was so pissed off, man.
I wasn't mad. I was confused.
Yeah, I was mad because I was confused.
I was in a state of confusion, and I didn't know what the fuck just happened.
Bro, nobody in there did. Drew, do you think anybody else walked out there? The last 5 minutes, I want y'all to see the last 5 minutes so bad. Because the first half and the last 3 minutes are equally something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this one is great. And this one is up here, but I don't know what it is.
That's what
bro.
I'm saying.
It is wild.
This is the next day. This is the day after, and I still am lost for words on what I watched in the second half of the movie. It was unreal. It felt like a fever dream. If you've ever had a fever dream, one of them dreams where you think you're awake but you sleep, it felt like that. It felt out of this world, bro.
I gotta hear from y'all. I need y'all to say.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought about this.
Yeah. Please leave a comment. Yeah.
Comment because, like, man, the first half I already know what y'all can say.
Yeah.
If you like we are, you know what you talking about. We know what we talking about.
We're scary movie connoisseurs.
Professionals, okay, professionals. But yeah, man. And then I want to hear about that second half, about the last 3 minutes, man.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So yeah, y'all leave a comment if you haven't already liked, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff.
We in this
we
hole.
back. We
back. We in there.
We bike. So yeah, y'all leave like. You got anything you want to say? No. All right, suck it easy.